Hi everyone. I am going to take a huge risk and ask the cards who will be inaugurated as our United States President as a result of this election going on right now, today, November 3rd, 2020. I have already posted a video that asks about cards for both of the main two candidates in relation to the election. That video is on my channel if you want to check it out. But it still gave us vague results, and there were comments that said it would be better to ask who will be inaugurated, and I think that was a great idea. So let's try that out. I still want to do 2 rows of cards. One that looks at cards for Joe Biden in relation to the inauguration. Will Joe Biden win? And then will Donald Trump win? I feel like that's the most accurate way to compare the two and see, because if I just say who will win, I don't have a card that says Donald Trump on it, or a card that says Joe Biden on it. So it's still going to be vague no matter what I do. It's all going to be left up to interpretation, no matter how we do this. Unfortunately, there's no actual recording of the future that I can access personally. So if you know someone, let me know. Would be awesome. It's probably not even good for me to know what the future is, for sure. It's nice to, and maybe just fun to try to figure it out, though. And I'll let you know now, I don't have, my opinions are just not as strong as a lot of people on this subject. So I feel like I'm okay in the department of reading the cards objectively. But it's still a struggle. It's hard because there are going to be feelings and opinions, because we're all human. So I kind of argue with myself about the interpretations as I'm doing it, and try not to let any personal feelings or opinions get in the way. I haven't asked the question yet, so I will I had a spam phone call on my phone right then, the levers. I bet it was about the election. I think this card is just saying, yes, please be objective. Do a good job at being objective. Okay. Someone said I shouldn't shuffle so much. I just like shuffling. It's what I do. It's calming for me. It gets my mind going, so I like to shuffle. I feel like it loosens up the energies in a way. Okay. God and Spirit, we would like to know what you can tell us about the presidential inauguration, the upcoming presidential inauguration. Who will be inaugurated next as our United States President? Can we have some cards for Joe Biden? Will Joe Biden be inaugurated as our United States President? beginning in 2021. Queen of Cups. The Star. Death. The Emperor. Two of Pentacles. Six of Cups. I will use a different deck for Trump. God and Spirit, can we have 6 cards for Donald Trump? Will Donald Trump be inaugurated as our United States President beginning in 2021? Will Donald Trump be inaugurated? 5 of Swords. King of Pentacles. High Priestess. Temperance. 3 of Swords. I'm not sure. There's a Sun, and then there's a 4 of Wands here, and then some cards that fell out. 3 of Cups, King of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. I'm going to put these back in, and if they fall out, then they were meant to be. One more card, please, God and Spirit. They're just insisting that I have more than that. Death, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups. So the way that I read cards, my cards, is that everything is a story. It's a storyline for me when I look at cards. So I'll have to go through and figure out the story for each person. I don't know. It's still I could see yeses and nos in both lines, in both Biden and Trump. So really could be interpreted both ways for both of them at this point. Of course, we're going to clarify. I'm going to going to just reflect on this for just a moment. I'm going to focus first on Joe Biden. I'm going to put my little stickers here I had made. This row is for Biden, this row is for Trump. This deck is the vice versa deck. It has images on both sides. So if you see that I'm not shuffling them upside down, they're just, that's how they are. Okay. Queen of Cups. I think that the Queen of Cups for Joe Biden is representative of his water sign. I think he is he a Scorpio? I should have looked before. I can look it up really fast. But I think he is a water sign. Yes, born November 20th, 1942. So Joe Biden is a Scorpio. So I believe the Queen of Cups is reflective of his water sign. Also, along with the Death card, that would be his energy as well. God and Spirit, help us understand the Queen of Cups. Eight of Swords. Not seeing the truth. Nine of Swords. So this was my first thought, but I was kind of fighting it because I don't want to assume a lot of things. My gut is saying, according to these cards, that Joe Biden will not be successful, that he will not be inaugurated. And I feel like this is his energy as a water sign. He's looking down at the, what is that, a trophy, a goblet? And refusing to accept truth, I believe. Knowing the truth, but just, but also maybe being in denial somewhat. And I think probably anybody in that position is going to have some denial, hoping that the results are wrong, maybe waiting for something else to come out to change things. But with the Nine of Swords here, it's over. And he's the swords are just sticking down through him. He's not happy. He's yeah, definitely upset, and this looks like a sense of loss, not knowing what to do next. The Star, we will continue to make sure. Sometimes the readings change. The more that I clarify, the story becomes more clear, so I'm not going to marry that outcome right from the start. The Star? What can you tell us about the Star? God and Spirit. Star for Joe Biden. This card was trying to flip this way, then it flipped back. So I wonder what this means. Let's see. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, I feel like this is signifying that was feeling victorious and then turned down, turned away, looking out. This makes me think of someone sitting in their office chair, looking out the window with their back to the door, and being kind of in a hermit mode or in deep thought, processing emotions and everything that happened. Death. What is the Death card? The Fool card was trying to come out, but it didn't quite. The one card, which is, oh, these are sort of new, so I have to think about it for a second. Ace of Swords. And it is the forward-facing Ace of Swords, and the Death. Transformation of the truth. I think that he probably was pretty sure that he was going to be him. You know, I'm sure that the people around each candidate, every election year, is always hyping them up and having them believe, you know, you're number one, you're the best. So I'm sure it comes as a huge blow to every candidate who has ever not been the winner. So I believe that's what this is. You know, I'm not attacking anyone's character by saying this. I'm just saying this is how I think any human would feel in this situation, that he really thought he had it in the bag. Really thought that he was going to be the one. And truth, there was a death to that thought that he thought was truth. It was not. It was not true. The Emperor. See, these fell out. I'm not feeling those because I think that was my hands being clumsy. The Emperor. I didn't even really see what they were, but they will come back out if they were meant to fall out. The Emperor. God and Spirit, what can you tell us about the Emperor? Page of Cups. The let's see. Yeah, we have the star. The star looking the other way. The backward star. And then the Queen of Pentacles came out again, but looking back. So this is the clarification for the Emperor. The Page of Cups. Backward star. The shadow side of the star and the shadow side of Queen of Pentacles. So I definitely feel that this is, well, in the last reading about the election, the Emperor card came out for Donald Trump. So I'm thinking that Joe Biden was ready to be in this energy of the Emperor. He had offered his cup, he was ready, and then the star was taken away, and the Queen of Pentacles is looking back with her back turned, so that the throne is not for him. Not that it's a throne, you know, literally, but Two of Pentacles. The Sun. It is the shadow side of the Sun. He's getting a lot of the shadow sides of the cards. So I just feel like a lot of this is disappointment. It's he thought that he knew the future. He thought that things were going to turn out in his favor, and they didn't. And so it's quite a blow, really hard blow, as it would be for anyone who's put in all this time and effort into winning an election or any kind of goal. And with the Two of Pentacles, it's, you know, clarifying the Two of Pentacles. So now there are decisions to be made. He's not sure which way to go, what to do next. Losing his way, not knowing the path forward after this. Six of Cups. That is a lot of cards, so I'm not going to try that. If they were meant to be, they will come back out. Six of Cups, God and Spirit. What can you tell us about the Six of Cups for Joe Biden? There may just not be a card that is meant for this card. It may just be a card on its own. I do think it came out last time for Joe Biden in his row of cards. This card was here also. I feel like this is really signifying that these events were meant to be. This is fated. It was a soul contract. These events were just set up a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. What I mean is, on the other side, before we came here, this was all already destined. It's fated. It's not anything we could have done to change, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. That things are going the way they're supposed to, even though it may not feel like it for a lot of people. And it also can be that he's looking back, Joe Biden is looking back on memories, good memories of being in office, in a office, and an office. um, Memories of being victorious and with the Obama administration, and thinking about good times and good memories. But ultimately, I do believe this card is saying that this is just these are fated events, and there's nothing anybody could have done. It's kind of a don't worry. It's like the universe is offering you a flower and saying, take heart, be encouraged that no matter what's happening right now, that the universe has got this. It has everything under a kind of control, if you want to say that. That's really not the right word that I want to use. I'm kind of at a loss for the right word. There's a plan. There's a plan. There's a goal. There's so much more to this than we'll know until we are on the other side ourselves. Then we will understand. Okay, so I really get the interpretation that Joe Biden does not get inaugurated as President of the United States for 2021. But does Donald Trump get inaugurated? Who knows? Is he still even in the running? Who knows what happens with the world events? So let's see what happens with this interpretation. What if everything falls apart to the point where there's no president? I hope it's not that bad. But we will see. Right. God and Spirit, what can you tell us about the Five of Swords for Donald Trump in relation to the inauguration for president beginning in 2021? Five of Swords. What is the Five of Swords? Four of Swords. This is the shadow side. There is a Six of Cups, and that is the shadow side of the Six of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. And I have little notes that I put on these cards when I first started learning tarot. This is my first deck. It was my go-to deck for well, it still is actually still my go-to deck. Well, most of my words are starting to fade away that I had written on here, but you can see right here that this card is conflict, win at all costs, and disagreement. So I think that's going to be very applicable for this election. Of course, there will be conflict with the Five of Swords. I do think this is saying that Donald Trump wins, that he is inaugurated, and win at all cost. You can take that however you want to take it. Disagreement, there will be a lot of disagreements. Either he is winning at all costs, or he is being accused of winning at all costs. I'm not going to choose a side on that. Trying not to get pigeonholed here. So we'll just see what happens and see which one of those is correct. How about that? There will be conflict in relation to the inauguration. Donald Trump has won. There may be sayings going around that he has won at all costs. He has done this or that, or something is sacrificed in order to win. There will be many disagreements, of course. I think that's going to be a given no matter who wins, no matter who is inaugurated, even if it was Joe Biden. There would be conflict and disagreements and accusations either way. And you can see on this card that the person has their swords. And the losers are walking away, have dropped their sword and walked away. So this feels like it kind of feels like Donald Trump right there. It looks like it looks like how he would be holding his swords, and it looks like his hair a little bit, and he's looking back at the others walking away. Let's see. With the Four of Swords in reverse, or the shadow side of Four of Swords, on the normal side it would be considered healing, taking time for healing and going within to soul search, and I feel like he's just not doing that. He needs to, but he's not. I know he's been I've heard it said that he's a workaholic, which works constantly around the clock, so that's probably what it is. He's working around the clock and not sleeping, not getting the healing and rest that any human being would need in order to function. Six of Cups in the reverse, or on the shadow side. Definitely feeling victorious here, and I get, you know, a feeling of proud. He's looking out over the cups. I want to say arrogant, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to insult their pick here or anything. I think whether you like him or not, I think it could be agreed upon that he does have some arrogance. So he's here with his hands on his hips and he's looking out over the victory. But this is the shadow side of the card, so it's not the best. His ego is huge, but I think anybody in politics ends up with that. I'm not accusing someone of being any worse than anyone else in office, actually. Ace of Cups. So I think this is the victory card. This is the new beginning, the new start as second term president. Okay, King of Pentacles. I feel like I took too long on that card. God and Spirit, what can you tell us about the King of Pentacles for Donald Trump? Well, that's just insanity right there. King of Pentacles is a king who is financially intelligent, so I think that definitely would be an appropriate energy for Donald Trump. Someone who has a lot of material things, who's good with money, who's a business person, materialistic. He has gotten all of the shadow sides of the cards. 6 of Pentacles, the shadow side. So he's looking out over the land and looking at the pentacles that he has. He's looking at all that he has, feeling victorious, feeling like a king, probably. The 4 of Pentacles, shadow side. So it looks like he's going to be very focused on the finances, financial side of things, the economy. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups on the normal side is someone walking away from things that don't serve them, but on the shadow side, which is not always the bad side, sometimes it's just the opposite energy, is coming back. So he may have been prepared to walk away, but in one sense, maybe it would have been a relief, even though he doesn't want to lose. It might have been somewhat of a relief if he could have walked away. But now he's coming back, he's looking at the cups that he's coming back towards. And this boy is looking at them almost like he doesn't really want them. Or maybe he's contemplating about what to do next. And I suddenly got a strong feeling when I see this that there may be an instance where there is a meteor that comes through, something comes into our airspace from outer space. This may be a sign of something to come, some kind of event. We may have, maybe something happens during a meteor shower, or maybe we have an actual object from outer space come through and hit the earth. And this person is looking sad, not seeing it coming, and looking over at the cups. The cups look broken. Do they look broken on this side? They do. It looks like this person is looking at the destruction that has happened. So I wonder if this is something that may be coming to pass. I don't know if this is an event to look out for that's coming during Trump's next few years. I do believe all these cards came out because I do think this card, the King of Pentacles, is representing the entire second term presidency. So these are events that represent the presidency as a whole. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Again, this person is looking out over space. I feel like there's a sense of loss here. I feel like there's something is coming that destroys something big. It looks like he's looking out over some barren land. So I hope this is not right, but I hope it really is just maybe some big events coming around a meteor shower, or maybe some small rock from outer space that comes through, just hits some barren land, and there's a controversy about it or something like that. I hope this is not an actual huge asteroid slamming into the earth or anything like that. Then we have the King of Swords backside. So there's truth that is not being stood within. He's not standing within his truth, or there is just truth that is hidden. The truth about him may be hidden, which that's always the case for anybody in politics. Will we ever know the truth about anyone? I'm not sure. This could be the truth is being hidden. Back is to the truth. Something big happens and everyone's back is to the truth. No one is able to see truth. I feel like everyone's back is turned here in these 5 cards except for this one. And it's a child. It looks like a child looking towards the cups. All the adults are looking with their back turned, looking away with their back turned, while the one child is looking forward at the cups. And it makes me think of the thing like the innocence of a child, the faith of a child, the way that children can see more into spiritual things than adults can. The veil is much more thin for them. So I feel like children are able to see more truth than adults during this time. So listen to your kids. Listen to what they tell you. Listen to their observations about the world. I feel like this also signifies a new generation that's coming up, is looking at all of this, and maybe they may be the generation that has been sent to fix it. With this card, I don't know how I got off on this prophecy thing, but it's pretty amazing. I'm really shocked. I didn't expect this to all come out. With this 4 of Pentacles, look at the image on this card. I see the 4 tall buildings that very reminiscent of the Twin Towers, but there's 4 and 4 pentacles. And this person is looking out the window, and it reminds me of the images and the videos that we saw on 9/11, people taking videos of the towers. And whether you believe those are real or not, I'm just saying that it reminds me of the videos that I saw. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of big event where 4 of something, 4 buildings. And with the 4 of coins or 4 of pentacles, it looks like something financial related. Maybe it causes the economy to completely collapse, or maybe the buildings are connected to finances in some way, like financial institutions, or they deal with finances in some way. The number 4 is big here, so it's 4 of something. The words 4 corners comes to mind. This card does not feel quite as significant to me. I feel like this was just the first one that clarified the King of Pentacles and was more about maybe a peaceful time. Things may start off peaceful, where he's looking out at the economy. The economy booms for a while. Things are great. Things are peaceful. He's proud of what has been built. pour out of the pentacles, and then things start to happen. Events come along. Truth is either refused to be acknowledged, or the people of the world are refusing to see truth. Maybe it's just everyone is refusing to see truth. Okay, that was dark. The High Priestess. And I wasn't expecting this to be so long. I apologize. The High Priestess. God and Spirit, what can you tell us about the High Priestess? We have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords. Those are both the shadow sides of those. The Four of Cups, front side, and then the Eight of Wands, front side. The numbers 1, 8, 4, and 8. 1, 4, and 8. And this is in relation to the High Priestess. Swords has to do with truth, information. A lot of things that have been hidden and truth that has been hidden is going to come out. So I think this is a progression of events. After all the big things happen here, then the truth has no choice but to start coming out quick and fast. A lot of action. Sun begins to be shown upon truth. A lot of people will go within. A lot of people will become more spiritual. A lot of people will look within. This looks like people taking the time to sit and think and look at their losses. And when they do that, when people stop, when they stop and think, when they stop and go within, Eight of Wands happens. And look how lively and happy the Eight of Wands looks compared to Four of Cups. The moment we stop, go within, look at ourselves instead of everything else that's happening on the outside. Stop focusing on the world so much. It's good to know what's happening, but it's not everything. Your job is you. Your job in this lifetime is to fix your soul, is to grow yourself, to worry about your journey instead of everyone else's. And the moment that we do that, actions come in, things happen, movement happens. The leaves turn green, the sun comes out, the clouds clear away. Temperance. God and Spirit, what is temperance? Temperance is 7 of Swords. The back side. Balance will come to those who have been sneaky with the truth, to those who have been sneaking around, getting away with things. Balance will come in for them. Temperance will balance those people out and will deal with them. Or maybe this is also us going within and thinking about the things that we have been sneaky about. And make sure these cards are not all turned backwards. Eight of Pentacles. When we start working towards ourselves, our own soul growth, the Two of Cups happens. That's what we need to do. And I believe, since this is the back side of the Two of Cups, but they're both happy cards. See, the front side of the Two Cups looks like more of a relationship, a love with someone else. But I feel like with the Two of Cups, I get the feeling that this is within, just you yourself, within yourself. Coming to peace with yourself, with your own past, with your own traumas and hurts, and working on your own healing. Stop hiding. Stop hiding from your own truth. Don't hide from yourself. Don't pretend to be other people. Be yourself. Three of Swords. Some kind of heartbreak. And that may be heartbreak related to, the world not, the results not being what you want, or world events bringing about change that breaks your heart. The World in reverse. Yeah. And I think that is pretty much what I was just saying, that the world is not going how we want it to go, or how we expected. And it brings about a heartbreak, brings sadness and sorrow inside to your thoughts. 10 of Wands, it's a burden. We are feeling burdened about the world being turned upside down. The world feels backwards, literally, as this card. The world is backwards. We are feeling that the world is backwards. And it's a big burden on our backs. Burden on our shoulders. The world is on our shoulders. But the world doesn't need us to worry about it. It's like how my mom is always worrying about me. I'm 40. I'm soon to be 43 this month. And my mom is always worrying about me, like, as if she stopped worrying, something would happen. Like, she feels like she needs to worry in order to keep things from happening, but that's not true at all. She needs to stop worrying, because it does no good at all. All she's doing is upsetting herself. It doesn't change the outcome whatsoever. Worrying only ruins your life. It doesn't help the life of the people you're worrying about. If there's something you can do, then you do it. But other than that, there's nothing to worry about. And that is all for 3 of Swords. Death. Why is the Death card here for Donald Trump? And notice that they both got the death card. So I couldn't say that the death card means that either one's losing, I don't think. Wow, so for the death card, I got this card that looks like death. 10 of Swords. And it is the reverse 10 of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which just keeps on coming out like that. So I think there's going to be a lot of death. Something is going to bring about death. See how the sun is black? And it looks like someone in power is turning their back on it, not seeing it, not facing it, not acknowledging that people are dying. And I am not saying that that is Trump or anybody in particular, because this could be a whole different situation by then. So we will only have to wait and see what that actually is, if it is anything. Hopefully there's not a lot of people dying. I don't want that to be true. A lot of people also may just be, this could be also being stabbed in the back. Someone is turning their back. It could be metaphorical. So this person is turning their back, this leader, while everyone is getting stabbed in the back by information, truth, lies, unfairness. So a lot of people are being treated badly or unfair while someone ignores it. And that's the death card. It could also be death to people getting stabbed in the back. Death to people keeping their back turned. Death to these situations. These things are happening now. And there's going to be a transformation where these things stop happening. Where more people are not being treated unfairly. Where people are not turning their backs. Where people are facing the truth and people are looking at it. Two of Cups. Well, the Two of Cups came out with the Death card and with the Seven of Cups. So I'm really starting to get more of the feeling that that last explanation for the Death card was more correct, that it is going to be a transformation of people not looking at the truth. People will be looking at the truth. People will be correcting the situations where people were treated unfair. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this is the work of Donald Trump or anything. I'm just saying that this is events, big, in general, events happening with our society during the time that Trump is inaugurated or is our president. So I am not accusing someone of being like this great, wonderful person or bad. These are just events that could have been brought about by someone totally different. It could be that something causes people to wake up and change as a whole. It could be some kind of national disaster. I'm kind of focusing on the US here, so I apologize if you're in a different country and you were looking for information on your country in particular, but I feel like I'm probably not qualified to know to find out about those. I feel like I have to stay in my lane. Hanged Man, Chariot, Five of Pentacles, or Three of Pentacles, I'm sorry. And these are the front sides. Yes. So I think that is also further validation that all of this is going to lead to transformation of our society in a better way. And I'm not saying that everything is going to be peachy and rainbows and unicorn poop for everyone. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of things. There may be huge destruction. There may be a lot of death for some reason. There may be a lot of suffering. There is the Three of Swords. There is heartbreak. I can't sugarcoat. I can't sit here and say that, don't worry everyone, just love and light, and everything's going to be okay. This is meant to be. So, the sun will be bright and you'll be fine and you'll have everything you need. Just be happy and do nothing. I'm definitely not saying that. I hate it when people sugarcoat, because even if there's a great outcome, it doesn't mean that you're going to have an easy time about it. So I want to be real here, realistic. We can be comforted in knowing that there's an end goal, there's a better world in the future, but we can also brace ourselves, be real, and be ready for the things that are going to happen to get us there. So I'm definitely not saying, I'm not saying just relax, take a bath, and tomorrow you're going to wake up and everything's great and peachy and you have all the money you need and everyone has jobs and families all around them celebrating, because that's just not true. That's not real. That is not life. Life is hard. Life is crappy. Not all the time, but I'm just saying. I think you know what I'm getting at. I think this is some slight encouragement that there is a future, there is a goal, there is a plan, that this is not all total chaos. It's not just chaos with no plan, but we've still got to try to survive through it. So but I don't get the feeling that we're all going into the apocalypse or anything like that. Just that there's going to be some world events. We've been through world events before, so it's nothing to stay up late at night about, worrying about what if it happens, because if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Things can change. Just because these are the energies in play right now, doesn't mean something can't come along and change the energies and change the timeline and switch it up. This is just what's on the table. If everything stays the way it is right now, on the course that it's on right now, then this is the way it will likely play out. So this has been long enough, I'm sure. I'm not even sure if I want to do any more videos on world events. Maybe I will. I'll see how these go. If these seem to have been helpful at all, then maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about it, I gotta say. So yeah, my final interpretation of the cards is that I do believe that Trump will be inaugurated as the United States President for 2021. And I think that's just all I need to say about that. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos. I have just regular zodiac relationship, less dramatic videos for you to see every day. And feel free to comment. I hope that everyone will not argue and kill each other in the comments. I hate that. We can all have opinions and still love each other at the same time. Alrighty. Hope that everyone is having a good day and that everyone stays safe. Take care.